to secure coverage for your children at a young age. It's super inexpensive. And what's great about that is essentially what you're then doing is securing coverage for the rest of their life. So one day when they have a family and they have kids, they always have coverage. So oftentimes you can
Wow.
structure it where you can get it for them as a kid. And then by the time they're 20, 30 years old or whatever number, you can actually customize this stuff. But you can essentially have it where you're done paying for it or they're done paying for it at that particular age. And then they have coverage that remains with them for the rest of their lives, no matter what, whether they ever get diagnosed with something or sickness or ailment or whatever craziness that we hope and pray never happens, but we know it happens to people. They can always maintain coverage so that you're not only protecting them, but you're protecting your future grandchildren as well.
Whoa. So then that way, like, would that go to their new spouse?
Yeah, or yeah, whatever their situation might be, right? Depending on how old they are or what their situation is. And all this stuff is changeable throughout the years. So changing who the beneficiary is, changing who the payer is, like all these different things. So then, I think this evolves into a much deeper conversation that we definitely don't have the time to get into the granulars of, but I encourage people. There's a book called it's like how the Rockefellers made or kept their wealth. I don't know if you could drop it in like a link or something like that, like there's an Amazon. I don't know how that works, but it's a phenomenal book. And it talks all about what's called a waterfall method, where essentially these generational wealth building legacy plans essentially are derived from purchasing at a young age insurance for your children because it's so inexpensive. It can grow every single year. And then one day when they're 70, 80, 90 years old, that death benefit or that benefit tax free from their policy goes into, irrevocable trust plans and things like that, which then in turn buys more insurance for their children and their children. And so it's a compounding generational effect.